Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thanks for liking the video and thanks for subscribing as well. For today's video, we'll be looking at the interview that Mrs. Beverly Manley did with the Gleaner. So all credit goes to the Gleaner for this particular interview. So as you know, or most of you should know by now, that there is a new $2,000 note in Jamaica. And on that note, we have former Prime Minister Michael Manley and Edward Seaga on the same note. I've never seen it done like this before, so this is different. Okay, so Mrs. Manley was saying that she was surprised when she saw the announcement that they will both be appearing on the $2,000 note. She was not advised or anything like that. She was not consulted. I'm not sure if any of the other family members were consulted as well. But she herself, she said no one spoke to her. Not that, you know, they did need to consult with her. That's what she was saying. So as we know, or just to refresh a bit for those who don't know, Michael Manley and Edward Seaga, they were like arch rivals, right? So back then in politics in the 70s, 80s, and maybe for a couple of years in the 90s, they were taking turns as prime minister. There was no one else. And during Michael Manley's term, there was violence, and during Seaga's term, there was violence as well. So I'm glad that we've turned that corner, and most Jamaicans will not see it fit to engage in political warfare anymore, right? Because we now know that it doesn't serve a good purpose to do that. You know, we're basically beating up on each other, right? So it's good to know that we've come a long way and we've turned that corner. So as you know, the dollar keeps sliding. So when the dollar is sliding, the money is losing value. Then you have to, the ones, the lower notes will be defunct. Like they won't be in use anymore. They will stop printing them. And the notes, will be getting larger and larger. So right now the dollar is really, really getting worse and worse each day, right? And I am just looking at this article, what can we do to stop the dollar from sliding? And basically what the gentleman was saying is that until we start manufacturing most of the stuff that we need here in Jamaica, we will continue to have the dollar being devalued. I mean, shouldn't this be where the focus should be, to stop the dollar from sliding this much? I was looking at a video with this video was done in St. Lucia, and they're purchasing $200 worth of grocery at the supermarket, and it's quite a bit of stuff that they're getting for their $200. So what are they doing differently as opposed to what we're doing in Jamaica, right? That is why the poor class is left behind, because what they have in their hands, they're not able to feed themselves, pay bills, pay rent or pay mortgage, and do everything that they're supposed to do. It's not possible. What they have in their hands is like minimum wage, maybe 8, 9, 10,000 a week. And believe me, when the government says the minimum wage should be 9,000, you still have those employers out there that will squeeze the poor and give them $1,000 or $2,000 less. And I believe that, most people should not even be getting minimum wage, right? That's just a guide, right? If you're in an office setting or, skilled workers and all of that, they should not be getting minimum wage at all, okay? So that's my take on it. I did read Mrs. Manley's autobiography a few years ago, and it was quite interesting, by the way, very interesting. I could not put the book down. So one of these days, I will be doing a review on her autobiography. So stay tuned for that. So without any further delay, let's hear from Mrs. Beverly Manley-Duncan. And remember guys to take care of yourself and others. Thanks for joining me for this video, and we'll see each other on the next video.
The Michael Manley I knew would not have liked it. The one I knew would have seen it as hypocritical and inauthentic. I feel as strongly about it as I think he would have felt about it. Let me tell you why. Here it is, you have what is tantamount to a civil war in the 1970s. Okay. Ideologically, Manley and Seaga could not be further apart. But what a lot of people don't know, that at a personal level, they didn't talk to each other. After that promise Seaga made about the voting list, and he would not have any more elections, whatever, and he did not keep his promise, I don't think they ever spoke at all. My memory of it is that he spoke to Seaga when Seaga was Prime Minister through Hugh Shearer. If he wanted to say anything to Seaga, he would say it to Shearer to take a message to Seaga. And Shearer was fine with that role, and that's how they, quote-unquote, communicated. So short answer to your question is, I think he would have been nauseated by it. And I'm nauseated by it because if you are really authentic about unity, you don't just put the two-man opposing people on a currency note. You start a process at a grassroots level. And you say, this is about truth, reconciliation, whatever you have to call it. And then maybe after a while, and the conversations that take place, and people get to listen to each other, because right now it's very hard. The two tribes cannot listen to each other. Then you could get to a stage where you say, oh, time now. You know, the Michael Manley, I knew. I don't know what he was like in his fifth marriage. I can only speak for my marriage to him. Would not have liked it. The one I knew would have seen it as hypocritical and inauthentic. Those are the two words that come to mind. Remember, this thing was tried with Bev Manley, you know?
Yes.
I was sitting there, live. The tension in place, tension plus excitement plus exhilaration, you know, and the two men go on stage. I would say reluctantly. Certainly for Michael it was reluctant. And he put the hands together. So what? So what? You don't have that top-down thing. You have to have a thing on the ground, and then it takes Jamaica even further along the way and so on. I'd be interested to know how Mitzi and her children feel about this. Because although we were in opposing camps, we do have a relationship. I haven't spoken to her, but I don't want to go any further with it. I have to just say that Sarah and Natasha have put a statement on Facebook.
So Mr. Shearer was the postman between Michael and Eddie.
Oh, give him a bigger title than that.
Oh, no,
I don't know how he did what he did, but he did. Because he and Michael got on very well.
I know. I know. But if I'm not mistaken, I think it was under the PNP government that the $5,000 note came out with Shearer on
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. And there was no problem.
Well, there's
No problem at all. Right.
It's just silly. It's like little boys playing games, you know.
Yes.
I think it's just such a pity. And that the Bank of Jamaica, they should have been dragged into it. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's their idea. I don't know. It's an independent bank. You know, into this kind of drama. And there's so many things that are happening in the country today, you see, let me tell you. After what? Almost 50 years of what we call struggle. And advocating on behalf of the most marginalized in Jamaica. Because that's what the PNP was founded for. If you look at our founding documents, that's what it says. We are here through an alliance of classes to cater to the most marginalized in the society. And 50 years later, a number of people are still marginalized. I don't even know, because I haven't heard a government person put it out that kind of stark way to say, look, we're going to have a food security program, we're going to have no matter how bad things are now, we're going to have to face some other realities,
Right.
and we can get through it. But somebody has to be leading this
Yes.
and caring.
Yes.
If a new $2,000 note is needed, that is fine. Put Mr. Seaga on the $2,000 note.
Yeah, put him on.
But leave Michael Manley on the $1,000 note.
They agree with Mark Golding's position.
I am all for putting Eddie Seaga on any bill.
Okay. Okay.
Any bill.
Okay.
Who the government has that right, they can put him on a bill, $50,000 bill, any bill.
Yes.
But you know, Michael is already on the $1,000 bill. Leave that. Maybe later on, depending on how we decide to heal as a nation,
Right.
they can come together.
Right.
Maybe 4 people can come together. I don't know.
Yes.
It's not a bother for me there, but it's just the lack of consultancy, the lack of even just picking up a phone and saying to Mark Golding, we're planning to this. Can you come back to us so he could at least talk to his people about it?
Right.
While you're doing that, we're going to be talking to the family. Just something, but I happen to be watching, you know, that
Yes.
when Nigel announced it. Unfortunately, a friend was here with me. And it always just went,
Okay, so you were knowing about it.
Didn't have a clue, and not that I think I
That's
have
it,
a right
right.
to have
Understood.
a clue. Let me make that
Understood.
very clear.
Understood.
And then last night somebody called to tell me that it was going the rounds in JLP circles in Montego Bay. That I was the one who gave consent.
Thanks for watching Jamaica Roots TV, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Our channel is new on YouTube and we need your support. See you on our next video.